Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and join me for breakfast today as I am making baked oatmeal 3 different ways. So I have a recipe that I use for oatmeal cookies, granola bars, and the baked oatmeal that has an overripe banana in it. But today I want to do my baked oatmeal with some different flavors. I decided this chilly fall weather required some fall oatmeal flavors. So for my first flavor, I will be doing my mom's awesome applesauce and mixing this with some oats, and I'll post a link to this recipe as well. My second flavor is going to be some mashed up sweet potato, and I want to do a brown sugar maple syrup glaze on top of this one and cook that for just a few minutes before it comes out of the oven, so that's gonna be good. And would this even be a fall recipe if I wasn't doing pumpkin for one of my flavors? So typically when I do this baked oatmeal with the banana, I do 1 cup of oats and then 1 overripe banana and a package of raisins. So I believe that 1 banana is a little bit less than a full cup, and that is usually a good amount to fill up one of my little loaf pans. So for each flavor I make today, I'm gonna do just under a cup of oats and then just under a cup of whichever flavor it is that I'm doing. In my experience, the baked oatmeal doesn't really raise. I'm not really worried about it overflowing, but better safe than sorry. I'll go preheat my oven to 375 and then get mixing up my different flavors for my baked oatmeal. So my oven's at 375. I'm gonna put these in for 20 minutes. They usually take between 25 and 30. So I'm going to check them at 20 minutes, and that's when I'm gonna mix up the brown sugar maple syrup glaze that I'm gonna put definitely on the sweet potato one. Might try it on one of the other flavors, but definitely on the sweet potato one, because that one definitely looked a little bit dry. All right, I'll be back in 20. Hello again. It has now been 20 minutes. I did the toothpick test with all my oatmeals. It appears that they are all done, but I still want to do that brown sugar maple syrup glaze on my sweet potato one. So I have the other 2 flavors sitting out to cool. I'm gonna mix up this glaze, put that on the sweet potato one, and probably just give it another 5 minutes. So for my glaze, I'm going to do 1 tablespoon brown sugar, 1 tablespoon maple syrup. So I have not tried doing this before. Normally if my oatmeal isn't sweet enough, I just put some maple syrup right on top of it. But mixing it with the sugar and trying to make a little crispy, glazy crust. So I'm gonna put this in for 5 minutes and then check how it is. My glaze worked. It might have been a tad bit too much glaze for just 1 little loaf, but check this out. I just pulled it out of the oven and it was like crispy crackling on the sides. Should have a nice sugar little crust now. And then you can see it's kind of too much how it's dripping down, but I think it's gonna be delicious. I think this one's gonna be the best. So this one is pumpkin. I really like this flavor. It is a little bit dry. Now this one was the applesauce. Okay, that is really good flavor too, and it's much more moist than the pumpkin one. The pumpkin one, I probably could have put more pumpkin in with the oats. That probably would solve that. All right, let's see if this guy's cool enough to try. Oh my gosh, this one is amazing. This is the best batch of baked oatmeal I've ever made. It's definitely because of the glaze, like the way the brown sugar and maple syrup went down the edges and then kind of got it baked. It like gives this nice, I don't know if you can tell on that corner, it's like crispy and, oh, crispy and gooey, I was saying. I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I usually do this with a ripe banana and a box of raisins, and I feel like that little box of raisins adds a lot of sweetness to the oatmeal. But now I'm thinking that brown sugar maple syrup glaze, I would definitely at least cut it in half a tablespoon of brown sugar, half a tablespoon of maple syrup. I think that'd be a good amount for one of these little pans. But that really makes this oatmeal taste like dessert. Like, I feel like that would be good enough to take to Thanksgiving as like a dessert of some kind. So I am super happy with the results today of my baked oatmeal with my 3 different fall flavors. I honestly don't know if I could pick a favorite. They were all good in their own ways, but definitely that maple syrup brown sugar topping, like that really makes it good. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Be well.